Now, when it comes to Swipey,
Yeah.
do you remember how you two met for the very first time?
Um, Me and Swipe, we met for the first time. We actually met through a mutual friend. We met through a mutual friend who I had to beat the fuck up. But I met Swipe through him and shit, and we was fucking with each other ever since that shit.
Remember what age this was in your life? If you were in school at the time, maybe what grade?
Hell no, I wasn't in school for sure. It was probably like 2013, something like that. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 2013. We we met in the studio up CHB. It's a hood in DC, uptown DC. Um, it was a recreation center. They just built it, but they had the studio at the top and shit. Actually, my first time meeting Swipe and shit in person when he came to that same studio, he had called me on the phone and shit. He called me on the phone and shit because I had gotten into it with his man. I got into it with somebody who, the nigga romilli. I got into it with him before I even met Swipe. You know what I'm saying? So when we was about to meet, he was trying to, politic that and shit. But that shit was like, you know what I'm saying, or however, whatever it was. But that's how I actually met him. You know what I'm saying? Because of other shit.
Do you remember the last correspondence you had with him before he passed away?
Damn, that's a good ass question. Yeah, the last correspondence I had with Swipe, we performed, we did a show together. I think it was at where the fuck was it at? It was at a school. It was a school joint. He was doing all the schools. He ended up calling me one day. I performed with him. No, yeah, I performed with him and shit. And after that, he had something happened where he got his show shot up and shit in DC or whatever. I think that was like a little while before he had got killed. But probably my very, very last correspondence with him, when I talked to him probably like a week before he got killed and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of shit going on with him. And I hollered at him and shit was just like, trying to let him know like, man, you gotta take this shit like serious out here. Trying to let him know you gotta protect yourself and shit. Like it's bigger than some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Hollering at all his folks and them and shit. But he ended up getting killed like a week later. You know what I'm saying? Off a lot of shit that we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? That shit really fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like bro used to call me randomly. You know what I'm saying? Big bro, what's up, big bro? My manager at the time and shit was letting me know, like, man, you got the biggest nigga in the city, tapping in with you and shit, like, bruh, fucking with you. And then you search Swipe name for real, like, bro ain't got a lot of music with a lot of people. Like, he ain't had music with a lot of motherfuckers, selective motherfuckers. But some of that shit was probably paid for and was probably along down the line with him getting bigger. So that's really drawing people to him. But him coming up and shit, like, he ain't really had music with a lot of people outside of his nigga. And, I fucked with Swipe, so when I be typing that shit in, still typing his name in and shit sometimes. Like, I only see my name and a couple other motherfuckers' names, next to his as far as you could see who he was fucking with type shit. But, yeah, Shorty was a good dude, man, for sure.
Now, for clarification, was this a text conversation you had with him, a FaceTime conversation, a verbal conversation on the phone, a physical conversation in person?
I mean, I had many conversations with him.
But the last correspondence?
The last correspondence I had with him was on FaceTime. It was on FaceTime and shit. That was the last time I talked to him. It was like a few days before he died and shit.
How were you notified he had passed away?
Damn. It was summertime. I was in the bed, sleep, hot as shit. I'm in the bed, hot as shit, at my folks' joint at the time. And it was my baby mother joint, matter of fact. I was in my baby mother house. And she came, woke me up. Oh, they done killed Swipey, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, damn, I get up out my sleep looking at the shit. Everybody was posting that shit, like that shit shook the city up. For real though.
Do you have a favorite memory of him you'd like to share with the audience today?
Yeah. Favorite memory was Swipe. We motherfucking did the Nobody. We did like 3 songs that night together. It's a vlog he got out with it's a director named Charlie V. He was real tight with Swipe too and shit, you know what I'm saying? He motherfucking came with him to the studio. It was him and a couple other dudes. That was my favorite memory with Slim. You know what I'm saying? Cause a lot of niggas, you know, be hesitant on fucking with me and shit as far as music and, you know, I don't know what be niggas' problem. But Shorty came to fuck with me and he was hot at the time, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't about no bread or none of that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? He came to fuck with me, we knocked out big work, you know, it was genuine, so, you know.
So the very first time you collaborated with him musically, it was organic, it wasn't a business transaction.
Right. Not right, none of it was a business transaction.
And who initiates that collaboration the very first time you two are on a song together? Is that him initiating that? Is that you initiating that?
Honestly, I think it was more like both of us, because we just met. So we trying to figure out what we can do. And bruh was on some like different shit. And you know, I do the bash rap, you know what I'm saying? Or gangster rap, whatever they want to call it. I do that too, but I do different shit too. And bruh, you know, had heard certain little shit, so that, you know, we were just figuring out what can we do together. So we both more was picking at it, like, let's do something. We really had an album before it came out. It was gonna be called Percs and Promethazine, because bruh was on the, you know, they was on that shit hard, and we was on the Percs and shit hard, so we was gonna split it half and half. Like, people don't even know about that shit, you know what I'm saying? We didn't even really get a chance to get towards it. Because bruh started blowing up, and you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can really get around bruh and shit. But, you know, yeah, that's what we was gonna do too.
So was it just a discussion and a thought of that project, or was there some recordings set aside for that project?
Yeah, I mean, we had like two joints. No, it was 3 joints, but one of my old homies and one of his old homies was on there too. So we had to basically put more work in, you know what I'm saying? But we never got a chance to get around to it. We actually had the cover art done. This was like 2013. This was back then. I was in Atlanta at the time, and I had the cover art done. I'm not sure, and that was like, it was purple and white. It was purple, half white. He was on this side, I was on this side. You know what I'm saying? It was Percs and Promethazine. But that was when I called myself YG Freak, because I changed my name and all that shit. But man, that trip would be lit. But we did have a couple songs that Nobody was gonna be on there, that Limbaz was gonna be on there, for sure. A drink called No Discussions, we got old shit, you know what I'm saying? But at that time, like, all that shit was probably gonna be a part of the project.
Can you explain the name change?
The name change, just a bunch of shit happened outside, a bunch of shit happening internally, you know, and growth for real. How they do it, they come out of the cocoon and shit. It's one of them type things, you know what I'm saying? But I've been calling myself Hardbody Scottyy since the beginning. I just was living real life, and that name was what they was calling me really in real life. So everybody calling me that. And if you go to my first songs, I'm screaming Hardbody Scottyy when they first come on. But I'm putting it out as YG Freak because everybody gonna search that when they go look for me. So I just ran with that. But, you know, it was a good weapon for me as far as the name change and all that.
For those in the audience, care to share any of those songs under the old stage name, but you were saying the new stage name in those songs?
Shit, literally almost every song, almost everything from like that back then, like 2012, 2013 and up, till where I actually changed my name to that, I was already saying it in the song. For sure.
But you were saying it in songs without the plan of changing the name, that name change happened organically over time.
Not really. It was more anticipated because I already want my rap name to be that. I already wanted to name myself that. But the first name caught fire. So, it was more a fear of changing it. And then it was, as I'm starting to see how things work, I'm knowing that I can use that later to rebrand and shit like that. That's really what I took it in as I didn't use it back then. So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just keep it and do what I knew I need to do with it.
You mentioned there's a vlog. Care to share what platform that vlog is located for those in the audience that want to go see that?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So I know if you type in like YG Freak Swipey, it'll pop up. Even though that ain't my name no more, but it'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? It's still shit that's got YG Freak on it. If you type in that on YouTube, it's shit that got that on it that'll pop up. Because I ain't in contact with the directors and shit to switch the name or it's just like the shit old, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really reaching to change it.
Was there a title of that vlog, or do you know what channel on YouTube that vlog is on?
It's on Charlie V. It's on Charlie V Instagram. I don't know how I spell. I be forgetting how I spell it, but if you type in Swipey Vlogs or something, it'll pop up.
His Instagram or his YouTube?
Just on YouTube. Just type in his name on YouTube. It's the vlog not on his channel. It's on the person who recorded it channel. But we was in it.
You just used the phrase Instagram, so I was just clarifying there.
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
Now, in regards to Swipey, what's the best advice you received from him, or most important thing you learned being around him?
See, bruh taught me, he taught me a lot of shit just by how he was living. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he took the rap shit and straight went full blast with the shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of shit worked for him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of when shit don't work for you, or you know what I'm saying, when it don't work as smoothly, or if you get undercut. You know what I'm saying? He got undercut, unfortunately, but not before he made a name for himself. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But he definitely taught me, like, you can't ease up on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna have that attitude, you gotta always have that attitude. Or if you not gonna always, you know what I'm saying? Not always touch something, you gotta always not touch it or not do it. Like, bruh taught me that for real. You know what I'm saying? Just watching his whole little movements and just how he was doing his thing. And the motherfucker ain't grant him, you know what I'm saying? Which they not. Just like, come on, bro, we on Earth, you know what I'm saying? We on Earth, you know where you at. You know how this shit flip. But, you know, I seen good in Shorty, man. That's all I can say, man.
Now, how many songs are there of you two publicly available at this point?
Probably like four. Probably like four. Nobody. The Limb Bias joint he was on, him and Shy. No Discussions with me, him, and his other homies. And it's another joint. It was like 4 joints, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. It was like 4 joints we did.
Are there any more songs of you two unreleased?
Nah, not that I know of. Not that I know of. We ain't never really get a chance to link up again on no music shit. Like, I seen him a couple times before, before he got killed. But it wasn't no studio shit. Like, I wasn't always a rapper, so even as I was rapping, excuse me, even as I'm rapping, I'm still outside. So I ain't really doing rapper shit all the time. So sometimes I'm just outside, you know what I'm saying?
So when you meet him for the first time, were you a rapper at that point?
Yeah, I just had started rapping around the same time, not too far from when I met him. I was rapping not too far from that point where I met him.
Now, want to respectfully ask you this next question. and rewinding back to something you said. Now, you mentioned that your last correspondence with him was a FaceTime conversation where you were talking about a few things, and then you mentioned that when he was killed, it shook the city up. Something of that nature, you said.
Right.
How did you perceive his death? Was it, and again, using the words respectfully here, was it something based on that conversation you had with him in the last correspondence? Was that something of the nature of, I told you so, or I knew this was going to happen? Or when you are alerted that he passes away, what was your initial thinking?
I mean, it wasn't really like, no, I told you so shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, a nigga trying to look out for him. But, it's just so much shit with his name, wrapped up around his name, like people trying to, he in the mix with motherfuckers. So, yeah, sort of. It was more like, it wasn't a told you so thing, but it was some shit we just talked about. You know what I'm saying? And if that makes sense.
Do you think he adhered to what you said, or
he for
didn't?
Sure. Hell yeah. I feel like he adhered to what I said, but at the same time, I'm not directly around Swipe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who he was talking to and trying to give advice to and shit like that. I mean, or people giving him advice. I mean, that's not directly around him to the fact they can alter or try to use themselves or have, and whatever card they're gonna flip for them. But nobody really, a lot of people like that's giving them this knowledge is not really directly around them. The people who directly around them, obviously, they rolling with them. They gonna do whatever is going on. So, that's how that shit went.
Okay, again, asking you this respectfully, based on that conversation of your last correspondence with him, when you are alerted the news that he is killed,
right,
are you surprised? Are you shocked?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm shocked. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm shocked. Cause I ain't, anybody could be killed. Anybody could be killed, but some people you just can't see unalive, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker got too much energy or they just, they just got that type of aura. Like some people you can't see them, you can't fathom that, you know what I'm saying? Or just see them like, damn, like, get up type shit, you know what I'm saying? Just like Quet, just like my best friend Quet, my cousin Bing, you blood, you can't fathom them unalive. Like both of them niggas lit, both of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Up here when you see them, there's what's up? You like the energy just too high. You like it's love. You can't see them not with that energy. You know what I'm saying? So fuck yeah, I was fucked up. Like when my best friend died, Slim, I seen him. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a chance to get up on him. Like ID got shot. Like on some real, brother shit, like nigga outside, like we ain't nervous of this shit, like we know how this shit gonna flip. But I got a chance to get up on him, bro, you hear me? And he was alive. But once we knew like he died, like that shit crushed me, like on some man shit. Niggas not gonna tell you the real, like, bro, I fell to the ground. I fell on my back, bro. I'm walking down the street on Congress Street. You hear me? I'm on 1300 block of Congress Street, bro. My mans get hit, you hear me? But you hear me, that shit hit me out of nowhere. I falls on the ground, bro. You hear me? I falls on the ground, real shit. My people's riding past. My folks riding past. Man, get up. You hear me? Get your ass up, bro. It's cold as shit. You hear me? Ooh, they like, man, we heard, get up. But yeah, I felt sort of like that, you hear me? But it was just the fact, like, that was my Lord, nigga, bro. That was my man. But I felt the same way when all my niggas died, though, Slim. Real shit. Long live Bank, man. Long live Q, man. Long live the guys, Gunna, everybody, real shit, man.
When it comes to your best friend that you're referencing, you actually see him pass away in front of you.
I mean, yeah, you could say that. He got shot. We end up getting the word he got shot. We get up on him. We get up on him and shit. Yeah, so yeah, we seen him. You know what I'm saying? Feds start trying to making us get back and shit, cause you know they gonna take the shit off and all that. But hell yeah, I seen them. I seen my grandmother die. You hear me? I seen my grandmother die in front of me. Seen Quet die in front of me, bro. Long live West. You hear me? Rest in peace, West, man. Good nigga. You end up seeing West. My man West get hit. I end up getting up on West. We see West dead. You hear me? Real shit. But you know, shit. That's how shit flip out with you. They go back to the shit, you know, that fucked me up about Swipe Down. Just all the shit we talk about, you know what I'm saying?